Margel Hinder Modern in Motion is the first dedicated retrospective to one of this country's most important modernist sculptors. The exhibition opens with a series of Margel Hinder's quintessential sculptures from the 1950s. They are abstract kinetic works that were not only important in the context of her practice, but they're a really transformative moment in the very experience of what sculpture was in Australia. They move with this slow, unfurling sense of the world in perpetual motion. There was a beautiful interplay of light and shadow and object form, of a sense of tension and release. The artist and critic James Gleeson very aptly described them at the time as equal parts geometry and poetry. The exhibition includes a room of Margel Hinder's early modern carvings that she began producing in Australia when she arrived here in the 1930s. She started off producing works that were based on simplified forms of the figure, but during the 1940s she increasingly became interested in abstracted motifs, and she drew from the world around her the notion of organic energies. By the end of the 1940s, she'd become increasingly interested in the notion of space as well, so not just the object formation, but the spaces in between and the sense of energy that they may hold as well. And as she became increasingly focused on these abstracted formations, she also moved from wood to metals. She found that metal was better at encapsulating these ideas of movement and energy and light, and she began to also experiment in the way that light might react to the surface qualities of her sculpture. So the exhibition also includes 36 of her maquettes that she produced throughout her career from the 1950s to the 1970s, and she kept all these little works in her studio throughout her lifetime, and they present a beautiful galaxy of formations and how her ideas of sculptural thinking changed over time. From 1959, there was another great transformation in Margel Hinder's sculpture practice when she moved from working in studio sculpture to producing public monuments. In the early 1960s, she was awarded a commission to produce a large-scale sculpture for the newly constructed Reserve Bank of Australia in Martin Place, which she completed in 1962. And the placement of this sculpture in the centre of Sydney really changed the dynamics of the urban post-war landscape. In 1966, she also completed one of the most significant works of her career, the Civic Park Fountain in Newcastle. This was truly an exceptional kinetic work which combined the movement of precisely jetted water against a series of abstract formations. And in order to have some of these works in the exhibition, we have included 2 immersive projections produced by Dr. Andrew Yip from the University of New South Wales, which recreate the Civic Park Fountain in Newcastle and a fountain she produced for North Point Tower in North Sydney. Over 5 decades of her career, Margel Hinder produced works that really changed the way we experience sculpture in Australia. This exhibition aims to highlight her great expansive creative vision and also the breadth and diversity of the works that she produced that transformed the language of modernist sculpture in Australia.